Hi Dixons, I'm Danny Carr and I'm speaking to you from Dixon's Ollerton Academy. This is the fourth episode in our mini-series on strategic staffing. You can watch the others on our YouTube playlists or our Dixon's open source platform. In the last episode I shared an example of how bringing teams of teachers together for larger groups of students might provide all students with deeper and personalised learning by building teams of educators with distributed expertise. And also empower educators by developing better ways to enter the profession, specialise and advance. In this episode, I'll share more examples taking the concept further with larger groups of students and increasingly specialised teams of educators. Here is an example taken from a large primary school in Arizona, where one year group of students are taught together for reading, writing and maths. For all other subjects, they are in traditional models of one teacher, 30 students. But for reading, writing and maths, the year group of teachers and other educators work collectively to teach students. This model uses an officially designated lead teacher, which is a small promotion opportunity for the most expert teacher, who leads the shared planning process. This includes how the lessons will be adapted to meet different students' needs and how each of the adults will be deployed within lessons. For example, who will lead from the front at times, and who will circulate, and who will work with small groups of individual students. The confidence this school has in this team teaching approach and their shared planning systems means they now feel able to add specialists into their core team. Rather than students leaving lessons for specialist reading intervention, that support is integrated into the lesson and students are kept with their peers in universal provision. This is a really important part of the model. By taking a team teaching approach with the most expert teacher leading the planning process, the specialist support can be integrated into curriculum time. The support students are receiving is likely, therefore, more coherent with the core lesson sequence and activities that those students will be coming back into. It's a useful step forward for true inclusion. This is the most radical example we've seen and is shared courtesy of the Next Education Workforce team in Arizona. I show it only as an example of two things we haven't seen so far. Firstly, how educators focused on supporting social and emotional needs are integrated into the core team and into lessons. Often we see pastoral support and mentoring happen outside of lesson time or when students are withdrawn from lessons. Here they are bringing those adults into the core lesson time. Secondly, this school is thinking about all the adults they have available to them, not just those they simply employ. In this example, community volunteers operating as tutors. Again, that support we can access as schools from charities or other agencies can often be adjunct to what is happening in lessons. Here, that support is brought into the planning of the lead teacher and into curriculum time. As I say, this model is pretty radical and I think a lot can be achieved with the first model we looked at in the first episode. But it's important we challenge our thinking when dealing with such big and complex questions of strategic staffing. Let me finish by sharing two clear and simple examples from some schools Ambition has worked with recently. A two-form entry primary school where one teacher leads on English for both classes and the other on maths, reducing which of the core subjects each teacher needs to master and be expert in. This is with a view to increasing the quality of core teaching all students in the year group experience. A secondary school where a history teacher might teach all year 8 classes rather than a few classes of year 7, 8 and 9, enabling expert knowledge of the year 8 curriculum, a growing understanding of common misconceptions and the perfecting of the different analogies, examples and models to use. This gives a better chance to reduce disparities for students and also narrows the curriculum areas or age groups we ask teachers to work across, reducing the demands on them, but also helping them to feel more competent, which is an important part of job satisfaction and retention. None of this is to besmirch a traditional model of teaching and deployment. We are looking to challenge our received wisdom and investigate opportunities. This work is driven by the necessity of a challenging recruitment and retention situation in education and by our core commitment to provide the best education for all children. In the next episode, we'll look at how we have been rethinking the deployment of teachers and other educators across Dixon's. Don't forget to like and subscribe or reach out to the team if you'd like more information.